From mysterious castles to vibrant streets, Lithuania never stops surprising. Last time we visited Vilnius, a Cold War bunker, the Hill of Crosses, and even had a failed trip to the Curonian Spit. Today we'll catch a glimpse of Russia, wander the fascinating Panemunė Castle, and explore the vibrant streets of Kaunas. So come along, it'll be fun! How's this for a place to wake up, eh? We had a nice swim in there yesterday with all the frogs. It was nice, first swim of the year, well, of this northern hemisphere. Time to move on. Good morning and welcome to another gorgeous day in Lithuania. This is the best weather we've had. It's been amazing. So we just spent a day at the little lagoon there just because it was going to be 33 yesterday and we don't have air conditioning in our van, so we thought we'll just stay, relax and have a swim if it got too hot, which we did. We're just heading on through Lithuania towards Poland. In between Western Lithuania and Poland, there's a little bit of Russia, and that's it, out there, just over the river. This is how bad I am. I had no idea there was any Russia over this side. This small piece of Russia stuck between Poland and Lithuania is called Kaliningrad. In the olden days, it was home to the old Prussians, but was taken over by the German Teutonic Knights in the 1300s. During World War II, the Soviets captured the city after heavy fighting, and the region was devastated. After the war, it became part of the Soviet Union, renamed Kaliningrad, and the Russians moved in. Today it remains Russian, even though it's separated from the rest of the country, making it a key military and strategic outpost on the Baltic Sea. A Russian town just doing the other side of the water there. We're going to go for a walk up a rock watchtower and get a closer look at it.
I don't think very much of the view from up here. Oh.
Just can't believe how peaceful it is just sitting here, looking out over Russia. What a beautiful spot to have our lunch. We're just at Panemunė Castle and we're going to take a look around. Despite the name, Panemunė Castle is not a fortress. It was built in the early 1600s as a noble residence. Its two round towers were perfect for panoramic views of the river. We'll take a walk up there shortly and show you the view. This is how they dressed in the olden days. And look at the murals still, they're probably original as well. Ah, it's pretty cool. Oh, look at these weapons. That's probably killed somebody, that has. Probably pierced somebody through the gut. This bit of original castle here, look. There's probably a fireplace. Look, it's all blackened. Welcome to the boudoir. I don't know why I'm whispering, there's no one else here. Why can't we have fashions like this these days? How cool would it be just walk around the streets dressed like this? This is the banquet hall, or the dining room.
That looks nice, we're just in time for tea.
So this is the ballroom. This is where they danced in the olden days. It was very important, so... That was actually really fun. Dunny, big pizza oven, look at that. Bread and baked goods were made in a standalone bakehouse, both to reduce fire risk and to manage the heat. Large brick ovens were used to bake bread, pastries, and even pies for daily meals and grand feasts. At least they didn't give us a candle to explore this castle. So up there's where they hung the meat to dry. This is where the nobles' meals were prepared, often in large hearths with brick ovens. You can imagine dozens of staff working here to feed the household. Up the tower, pretty flash tower, isn't it? Look at these steps. A bit different to the one in Cesis. I certainly wouldn't have walked around that one in Cesis in jandals, that's for sure. Whew, at the top. Oh, look at that. This is the jail. They used to put them down here so they couldn't climb out. It's about 6 meters deep. Apparently someone did escape though. Our mission today to find a place that's sending us down this road. As always, the road to free camps are always down a rutted dirt road. But at the end, we found this peaceful spot beside the river. Good morning. How's this for a place to wake up, eh? So nice. Just so peaceful. We're the only ones here. Going in town today, into Kaunas to have a look around. Well, we're up early. It was a really nice spot to camp. We were the only ones there. A carload of people turned up about 9 o'clock last night, but they didn't stay for very long. They swam down the river and then they went again. So we're going against our no city rule and we're going to a city. So we're going to Kaunas. It's the second largest city in Lithuania. Vilnius is the first. We went there as well. It's Saturday though. Saturday morning, there's a market there. Hopefully not quite so busy. Come on, it'll be fun. We arrived in the city just after 8 AM and parked in the castle car park. There was a farmer's market on, so we browsed around, but didn't see anything we fancied. We did need some strawberries, but they were €12, so yeah, nah. Look at the mural up there, Mike. Kaunas is known as Lithuania's street art capital, and there's some pretty cool street art here. After that, we wandered around the old town in search of coffee and breakfast. So this is the way we do cities. 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. There's nobody around. There's no coffee either. We found a quirky cafe and ordered 2 servings of bacon, 2 eggs and espressos. It came to only €12, which seemed much better value than the strawberries. The church here is on the Pilgrim Trail, and while it looked ordinary from the outside, inside I was blown away. So that's it, Kaunas done and done on a Saturday morning, in and out by 10. It's like the old Soviet buildings here, they're actually refurbishing, which makes sense. We're just taking a look at a fort.
There's 4 forts that surround Kaunas. This is the 4th one, and during the German occupation, when they were breaking through the defences, the Germans occupied Fort 1 and they were reported to have taken Fort 3. And Fort 4 here was ordered to fire on Fort 3, but the information was inaccurate and they actually killed some of their own men. And in World War II, when the Germans finally took over, this was used for mass execution of innocent locals.
Afterwards we drove on to the Mitalai Lakes. We found a nice spot overlooking the lake, had some lunch, then fell asleep. But it's an integral part of the journey. After our daytime sleep, it was time to look for somewhere for nighttime sleep. We drove into a freshly cut paddock looking for a spot. But as soon as we stopped, we were swamped with flies, so we aborted quickly and moved on. We eventually found a place overlooking a lake, and it was perfect. That wraps up part 2 of our Lithuania journey, but the adventure doesn't stop here. Next time we're heading into Poland and uncovering places you won't find in the guidebooks. Stay tuned.